Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Now it's time for the final leveling guide for the game right now. Hang on, let me fix my sound settings real quick so you guys can actually hear the in-game sounds. Sorry, I was just doing something else for a second there. There we go. Now, the dealio is the fact that we're all going to be stuck at level 50, and there is a soft cap. If you do not know what a soft cap is, it pretty much makes it uh, to where there's a massive pool of EXP that it's going to require you to get to the next level. And it's just like, you could keep grinding EXP, right? It all adds up at the end of the day. It's just that it's gonna take a longer time, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. As you can see, some people are already going all the way to 56. People are gonna be probably level 100 by the time the next update comes out. So freaking, let's get into it. So first things first, if you guys do not know, the first bit of grinding that we're going to be talking about is going to be catacombs grinding and the Lizardman Marsh grinding. If you guys already did the Lizardman Marsh grinding video, then you guys probably already saw that. So that's it's a very popular video. It's level 20 to 40. Now I power leveled to 40 using the fiends from the Lizardman Marsh. Then after that, you need to get yourself purple gear, whether that be a purple weapon, purple armor, and I have a purple weapon given to me by a dope person, and freaking I also got my first flying mount, by the way. This is like mostly necessary for what we're about to do next. So it's like if you haven't grinded out a flying mount yet, I suggest grinding out a flying mount. Uh, you're definitely gonna need. You're not gonna need like purple armor yet. Not until the last part. Now, I'll explain that tidbit right now. Let me just get away from this big guy who keeps saying, "Oh, you stay out of trouble now." All right, let's see. So, freaking, the blue gear is very useful in the crypt. So, like, you're going to be able to use blue gear in the crypt, no problem at all. It's just you might need to level up to purple gear as you get further into the next section. Now, I would suggest crafting purple gear because it's probably going to be the last end game gear you're going to be using next to legendary weapons because there's really no reason to run legendary gear yet. So take your time with that. Craft your legendary gear and craft your purple gear and just like, take it slow because freaking you're going to need it at its highest quality in order for you to compete in the next zone. Because in the next zone, you're gonna need to take a lot more damage. So with the crypt, right? There's some tricks that you need to know. Uh, oh, we should probably go over there real quick. Uh, so there's some tricks that you do need to know. One of those tricks being the fact that only certain creatures give you certain EXP in that zone. In that zone, there is the thing called the Crypt Soldiers. Those are the only creatures that start to lose EXP as you're on your way to level 50. So once you hit level 45, that's when you got to start thinking about leaving the crypt. Now, the reason I say that is because once you get your purple gear, then or your legendary gear, because some people are going straight for legendary. The only reason I say purple is because it's cheaper, and you're probably not going to need legendary gear for the enemies that we'll be talking about next. Now, the reason I say that is because their stats are very high, but they're not particularly tanky. Now, let's talk about it. So let's talk about the skeleton soldier. As you can see, he has some decent attack stats and decent EXP, but at level 40, for some reason, he already has a fall off point. So this is already wrong. EXP is not reduced by killing mobs below 15%. Level 15, it's below 10. It's below 5. So 5 levels apart. Once you become 5 levels apart from the mob, or you're 5 levels or a level above them, you start to lose EXP. It's ridiculous, but it's the way it is, and the EXP loss is very severe. The next thing we'll be talking about is spiders, and all the other stuff. These dudes will keep giving you good EXP until you get to like at least close to level 50. So you could stay here all the way to level 50, but there's another zone that we'll be talking about. After that, oh, that's a PKer. Woo! Let me just dip real quick. All right. I saw a red name and I instantly saw a PKer. Hang on. He's got a PK under his belt. All right. Let's see. So next we're going to be talking about the next zone. Now, the next zone is probably one of the weirdest zones, but it's the desert zone. And there's a few spots that you have to do in order to complete the quests over there. And this is where I kind of recommend either some purple or some legendary armor. The only reason I say that is because it's going to hurt. There's a lot of these dudes that are doing a lot more damage than a lot of the other characters in this section. So you do need to be very wary about fighting these guys, especially since they are a part of the main story quest. I'll give you guys some examples. This is also the best zone ever. To get over here, all you need to do is actually just use a flying mount or turtle. And you could also just swim here. Now, these dudes do a lot of damage. And they have a lot more physical damage. They drop Phoenix Featherbow and Stardust Dagger and the Great Sword and the other weapon. But after that, they those aren't the guys you're really going to be farming here. To level 50. I mean, you could farm those guys to level 50, but honestly, there's a much easier mob to actually farm inside of here. And we're going to talk about him right now. And that's probably the golem. Now, these golems, dude, you would think, look at those stats. This dude's an absolute monster. He's going to be ridiculous. But, like, he's honestly not that bad. And he also drops some decent stuff. But if we start attacking this guy, right? With a purple weapon, you're kind of able to just kind of cheese this fella. As you can see, no problem at all. And he did a decent chunk of damage, but honestly, like it's not that bad. The other thing is, like, he's not the only mob that's in here, but for 800 EXP, that's really freaking good. This is like your end game farm. There's blade bots in here too. Blade bots are a little weaker, but they are an achievement character that you need to kill. The blue golems, they probably are the best ones to farm. So this entire floor right here is the best to farm for endgame. But I'll show you guys some of the other stuff that's down here in the pyramid. For instance, a lot of these fellas down here, they do give a lot more EXP, but they also hit like trucks. And there's a high chance you're going to die down here if you try to fight these guys without legendary armor. They just are very strong, man. Uh, There's another creature that's down here that we're looking for right now on the 3rd level. Nightmare Lord. Ridiculous damage. About 900, EXP. And there's also a boss down here. He's probably the most negligible thing in the game, but it's just, it's a boss. But you're probably just going to have to fight him for the quest, and that's it. Hang on, where's he at? He's down here. All right. Yeah, Lord Veto. He's got okay stats. He's pretty easy to kill, and then he drops like almost nothing good. So it's like, don't even worry about him. So yeah, these guys are gonna kind of be the final bit of leveling that you're gonna have to do in this game, and obviously the night guys, the guys who do like some ridiculous damage, are gonna be your final like road to like getting to the top. For instance, I'll try to fight this guy. Oh, I missed. It's because he's moving. Oh, Watcher started getting a little too close. I don't like that. Let's see. Hang on. I got to be very tactical about this. That hurt quite a bit. All right, there we go. So, I mean, it is possible. Why did I only get like 800 EXP for that? Man, they really did nerf the crap out of every mob in the game. What the crap? You guys saw that. That dude's clearly levels above me, and I got little to no EXP for that. I mean, little to no is a little bit of an overstatement, but you understand what I'm talking about here. Out. Running. This dude attacks like the spider. I got 830 EXP for a Watcher, and he should be giving me 875. Devs, fix your cards, please, because, you know, maybe it's because they're higher level than me, and I'm getting an EXP reduction for fighting something higher level than me. But we're not even 10 levels apart, man. Come on. We're like, well, it's we're not 15 levels apart. I don't get it. The 15 levels apart rule makes sense if you're trying to power level someone small, but like in general, it's like a little like harsh. You know what I mean? What's going on with that? Let's see. Are these dudes? Yeah, these dudes are level 56. I don't know. Maybe it's because they don't want people power leveling that hard, but like realistically speaking, like the rule says 15 levels apart. So I mean, if it's 5 or 10 levels, just change the card. It's okay though. Well, that pretty much does it though. I mean, that's pretty much the epitome of what Endgame is going to be right now until they actually extend the levels and we get the next expansion. It's kind of crazy that they added a soft cap. I kind of expected a hard cap, but I guess they're going to give us like content in about like a week or less because there's no way this soft cap is gonna like last forever. People are gonna be beyond level 100 by the time the soft cap is gone, and it's gonna be so crazy if there's like nothing to do. But I think they're gonna pull it off. Let's see what happens. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. I will see you guys later. Peace.